Live in sunny California. What? Live in sunny California. Filmed in the city of Menifee, California. Welcome to the Antimatters Podcast. It's filmed in California. At the offices of this house right here, through this window right here.
Hey. Welcome back to the Antimatters Podcast, AMP as we call it in the biz. And this this weekly podcast is these weeks between the podcast. I like to say the weeks between this weekly podcast are getting longer and longer. It's taking me forever to do this shit. But anyway, we're back in the place that we do this thing. Different place, but moving shit all the time to procrastinate. Anyway, so as you noticed from entering this episode, getting a little production up by getting a drone and doing some aerial shots, learning how to do aerial shots. I might been seeing these videos about how to, do real estate photos or just, glory shots of different cities and stuff and selling those. What the fuck? God damn it. See, I had the lighting set up here, and this lighting is connected to the motherfucking laptop. If the laptop isn't used in a certain amount of time, and the lights turn off, and then this thing gets all fucked up. God damn it. Well, at least the audio is still recording. Good. Jeez. Well, I guess this thing is working, kind of. Well, just to be safe, I'm gonna plug this into this battery pack, and we're gonna see if it works. Everybody. It does work. All right. Fuck it. Anyway, so see, there's always issues. But when am I recording this? On April 5th. Fuck. This took a long time. Shouldn't have taken this long. I had these topics to talk about for the last few weeks, but I was just trying to distract myself, which I do a lot. Clearly, as unlike episode 1, meant to go to the gym. Oh, I haven't done that yet. A jiggle. So that's on the to-do list. Things to do. Lesson, jiggle the jiggle less. Less jiggle. Anyway, so things about the me section of this pod. What to discuss? Oh yeah, I got these microphones. Pretty cool. Thing to mention about these mics, they would not know how the audio is going to turn out, but it's supposed to be good. It's supposed to be good for like conversing, moving around when talking, and reducing noise. So we'll see if that worked out. You'll be able to hear that. But so I got this with a discount, and they were $250, but I got it for $200. So all these videos online about how great these microphones were. Honestly, I don't know how they are because I haven't tried them, but I believed the hype. I guess all these creators saying all this shit, not realizing it could just be a freaking all this propaganda bullshit for fucking microphones. Guess they get paid, so whatever. But I was under the impression that not only from the videos, but also from the fucking website that I researched about them, it said that you can extract the audio from this shit directly from your phone. All you gotta do is download the app on your iPhone or your Android, and it should work. Come to find out, first day I get them, try to plug them in, they work as an connected microphone to your phone for sure. But you don't need an app for that, you just plug it in. But it said to download an app, and even the videos, they made it seem like you can extract the audio from this little device right here. Right here. This little device. This little device is supposed to extract the audio because the audio gets saved in these little mics and then it gets saved in here, and then you connecting it to your phone directly just uses this as a microphone, but you should be able to do it just by itself without connecting to a phone. So if you connect to a camera or just by itself, just recording and then taking the audio. And the impression was you can extract the audio as long as you connect it to the phone with these apps that they said you could download these apps on the stores, Android store and whatever the fuck. Anyway, skip back to where I was at before. So no, not the case, because I guess you download it on your laptop, which is fine, but you don't need an app for your laptop. You just download the software from the website. Like, that shouldn't matter. It says App Store. So I assumed it was for phones. And even some of the fucking creators said phone. I never saw it on their videos deceptively. Curiously, I noticed that, but I was like, huh, all these people are saying it, so we'll see. Yeah, doesn't work with apps. And then I contact customer service. I'm like, okay, so when is this stuff going to be out? Because I assumed maybe it's just like, oh, this is a brand new product. The app hasn't been updated with this new product yet because it's new. And they say, we have no plans to update this for our Anchor Work app. By the way, these are Anchor M60. No, wait. Anchor M650. Anchor Work M60. So that's the name of this product. These wireless microphones. And yeah, there's no app for the phone to extract the audio from the thing. So the only way to do it is on your laptop from the thing, but on a laptop only, not on the app on your phone. So I tell them, and they're like, we have no plans, and I made a big huff. I was being a real Karen, a real Darren. My name is Daniel. But I made a big huff, and I was like, I haven't even checked out these fucking microphones yet. It's and they tried to play it off like, oh, you were confused. No, fuck you, because it said App Store, Android App Store, Apple Store. That's not an app. Is for phones. App is not just for your fucking a website download. Is not the same thing as a fucking app. App implies a fucking phone. And even the thing on their site said from the phone. So, they kept trying to say like, oh, confused, sorry about the confusion, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, well, I haven't even tried these microphones out, but if they don't work the way they said, that all these people said that would work, then, I want to be able to return this shit if it doesn't work. And they're like, oh, sorry. And I'm just like, what the fuck? This is bullshit, blah, 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 blah. It's probably like 3 or 4 different text changes like, no, I'm not confused. It says this. Fuck you. Here's a picture. Here's your instruction. Says the same fucking thing. And then you guys are telling me that this is bullshit. So you guys are fucking, this is a line. Shaking my faith because these product, speaking about products, I got this power bank from them. Really good power bank. 10 whatever amperage watts, whatever. I don't know. It has like the life of 3 phones on that little battery bank, power bank. And so I think, hey, good products. And I was even considering getting a 3D printer from these fuckers. And then after this fucking fiasco, I'm like shaking my trust in y'all. Shaking my trust. And then, so this nice customer service lady, Wendy, she's like, oh, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. And I guess I shouldn't say blah, 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 because she ends it by saying, oh, very sorry about the confusion. Sorry about the trouble. We're not supposed to do this because we can't really give you a refund for no damage to the product. But since this is like an extraneous circumstance, we'll just give you a full refund and you can keep the product. And I was like, bing, bing, bing. I was kind of like, yeah, yes, yes, I'll take that. I'll have what I'm having, is what I would say. But I was just like, whoa, thanks. That really helps the cause for myself of saving money. Slurp, slurp. So yeah, took it. They refunded me in a few days, and bam, free microphone. So that's pretty cool. Awesome update. And speaking of what I will use the money for, starting to save. Better late than never. 36 and 4 months. Better late than ever. Saving up for some land. Because, man, you think about these houses, and I look at all these houses, they're like hundreds of thousands of dollars. I ain't no accountant. I am no engineer. Went to school for it, but ain't no engineer. Got no money. Can have a few money, start saving, but I'm thinking tens of thousands is my fucking bank account in 5 or 10 years. Maybe in like 10 years, if I saved if I saved like half my paycheck for 10 years, I would have like maybe over 100,000. But goddamn, like, unless I'm like doubling my paycheck now in the security job, not gonna happen. So I'm just like, what other options are there? It's like, is it van life for me? Is it fucking hobo life? Greyhound life? So I'm just like, how much is land? Like maybe not in California, but how much is land? So I started looking into it, and whoa, land's in certain places, it's not that expensive. Even in California, if I go like near the border of San Diego and Mexico, there's some acres of land that's like 500. Albeit it's 2.5 hours away from any big city. Probably, probably in view of plenty of border crossings, but I wouldn't give a shit about that. I guess it might be kind of sketchy, but if I put the money into like building the house and shit, maybe I could like just buy a piece of land. So that's like my plan right now. And I actually looked at lots in this area, like these residential areas. There's actually some lots that are like under 10K. I mean, if I want to get like nicer lots closer to like maybe like some sheriff stations or whatever, they're like maybe 15K, and that's like a couple years of saving right there. And I'm already like watching videos on how to like pour foundations and build walls and all that shit. And I don't even know how it's gonna work out. Who knows? At the moment, this fucking this studio apartment in my parents' house is all right, and I love it. But if I'm trying not to feel so like dependent on them and want them to like, I don't want them to feel like they have to stay here. I mean, if they moved, I'd probably figure out a way to like divert my money for like a rental, which sucks because then I wouldn't be able to save it. But while I'm here, I'm saving money, and I guess that'd be the plan. If I keep this job, then I can, if I wanted to stay in this area, then yeah, get some land, build on top of it. I was also looking into like what kinds of things, like you see people like build it with wood. I've seen like these cement igloo type things. I kind of want to do like maybe like a basement kind of thing, because like that'd be pretty cool, like underground living. Like, because I just think that's cool, because I feel like security wise it's pretty interesting, because walls are underground, so how no one can dig a hole to get in. So it's like just putting like a shed, but then, claustrophobia, who knows? But I don't know. I don't know. Thinking about it, it's kind of cool. Kind of like, I guess I'm gonna try to download some like drafting things, and maybe actually know a friend who has a friend who's an architect. She hasn't graduated yet, but when she does, maybe I've made some like model homes in some of my courses. So if I made like you know, arts and crafts, which is my forte, popsicle sticks and fucking, paper mache, know, I make a model and then I ask this person to make me like a architectural model and then save up for a few more years, so maybe between 5 years or more, have enough building material capital besides the land that's like 10, 15K, building materials. Boop, bop, 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 bop. So there. That's an idea. Not an original idea. And who the fuck knows what'll happen. Can I even save, my brother says? I don't know. I haven't started yet. But that's the plan so far. Interesting, though, about this whole land idea. It's like, you think you just buy land, that's it, but fuck. Well, I thought that. But seems like you gotta, before you can even build on your own land that you buy, you gotta like make sure you got permits and you have to adhere to ordinances in the area and shit. I mean, I'm not trying to fucking build chemical shit, but it's just like, it's crazy. Like, there's like a more fucking rules. Well, I'm not against rules, but geez, it's like you think you just buy land and then just start building on it, but it's like this specific land that I was looking at had a sewage moratorium, which I guess means that you cannot put a septic tank in this area, which it's like, okay, if I'm buying this for, for a living, then what am I going to do with poo and shit? I don't know what other options there are. And I have other lands that I'm looking at in the same area that don't have that moratorium, but what the fuck? It's like dead center in fucking, fucking like residential area. So I wonder why. I don't think those houses have electrical or water, so I'm kind of looking into like, you know, off-grid living, like, those tiny home kind of things where it's like a water tank and then just recycle the water, or like solar panel slash power banks, like gigantic power banks that are like $3,000-4,000, and that's kind of cool to me too, because it's like, what if I just get two of those and they're like $3,000 each, and then they solar panel, and then this has enough power to like last days maybe, or like hours. But like if you have two of them charged, and you charge one and then like use one during the day and then replace it, and I don't know, man, but it's really interesting. I guess I never really thought about getting my own place before, financial reasons, but also just like, I don't know, it's just so fucking expensive, man. So this would be the way for me to do it. So outside of that, hometown living, I guess, for now. But anyway, yeah. So speaking of, I gotta think of a better segue than just saying. Speaking of, next topic about me is health. Cause man, I haven't seen that movie The Whale yet, but I might be winning the Oscar. I'm just joking. Like Brendan Fraser won the Oscar, but I'm just saying. I haven't seen the movie yet, and who knows if it's good or not. But I mean, I've seen these articles about like, oh, this is fanphobic. I don't give a shit about that. Who cares? But it was funny because it was my sister's birthday, and then we're watching a movie, and then my bed's kind of elevated, so I was like jumping up on the bed to get onto it, and I jumped like straight up. And when I jumped up, I had like a leg cramp, and I was like, ugh. And I don't know, like how my leg got cramp, but like I'm thinking, is this my fucking blood tubes, like my veins or whatever? I don't know, my cholesterol like clogging and shit. I don't fucking know, but I had like a spasm in my leg, and this is not like, it's not a incident that's like, localized, but because I've had like, if they feel like fucking leg cramps, just like a leg cramp, not recently, but like I would say like, you know, I won't read too much in, but like, sometimes if I'm like doing stuff in my bed by myself, I get like a leg cramp, and it's fucking crazy because it lasts for like 30 seconds, and it's just like, ah. It's like I'm getting pinched in the leg, and it's like, huh, could it be health related? Most likely. But the thing is, it's like, I feel like I've had that for a while, and like, that thing when I jumped on the bed was very like, oh, I gotta do something. This is getting like out of hand. And I think my weight is about still the same, like in the 270s. So I really gotta just, now that because I went to a doctor and the doctor said that for my injury, I had a lot of fluid in my leg and it was like reducing, but basically like that could be the reason why when I exercise for more than half an hour, it can get sore. But he said once the liquid goes away, you should be back to normal. So, he said by April, mid-April, should be fine to like not go hard, but just to start like rolling out like a regimen. So this is beet juice my sister made. So trying to drink healthier. Usually do drink water, but I really gotta just cut out the fucking soda and juice, I guess. But yeah, gotta do that for reals. Gotta do that for wheels this time. Let's hope. Let's hope. Let's hope. But you, yeah. Okay. What next? Let's see. Permits that. Yeah. I had some dreams I was going to talk about. It's when I was in Vegas. There's probably more to it, but I forgot what it was about. I think I wrote it down. Let me see. Raining school day question mark. So maybe it was a school day. A friend of mine connects with some lady who looked like this actress, French actress who was in the Da Vinci Code, Emily Mortimer. So he's talking to her, and then we're waiting for a bus, stopping at a motel, trouble with car insurance. And these other two friends of mine, they're in their own room, but the door chain is locked, but I can see them. I inform them that this girl's hanging out with my other friend. Excuse me. Anyway, cuts to a swing set at the park with twin babies, gelatin eggs. One has to pee because someone drank ... connected. Yeah. This is what happens when you try to write down your dreams. But I had this other one like the day before this one was more like vivid. And I guess you could say it has a moral story. I don't know what the fuck the other one was. It was just like random people I knew plus some like celebrity. Weird. But this one, this other dream I had was like I went to a movie, and then during the movie, like someone's making a ruckus and I say something to that person, and then they're like just starting to annoy me. They just start talking to me and like annoying me, and then I try to like complain about them, and then the people at the theater don't care, and then basically the family that I said like to shush or whatever is like following me and trying to annoy me, and I'm like hiding from them while I'm trying to watch the movie. And then when I finally like hide from them, I'm paying attention to the movie, and the movie's kind of like a reenactment of what's happening with me in the situation of hiding from the family. And then I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this is all planned. And then like I'm leaving the theater, and then like I'm talking to the people, and then I'm like, oh, and they're like, oh, you had a good time? And I'm like, well, I don't know, like, interesting movie. Like, I like the movie, but like, why'd you even stage this shit? And it was kind of, they were like, well, wasn't the experience also like interesting? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, wasn't both the movie with the experience kind of interesting? And I was like, yeah, very much. Like, it's memorable because of that. And then, like, at that moment in the dream, I was like, oh, so like a contrived thing or something that's man made can be informed by like experience and like your life. But I mean, like, by something that you like, by an experience, a creative experience can inform something separate, like a movie, into that. And then it was kind of like, I wrote down the Ouroboros of life experience versus creation. Good movie, but better with situation. Whoa, that's what I wrote. It is weird. I don't know. If that's like I don't know why I thought that was like profound. I remember thinking that in the dream, and even outside, I was like, "Well, that's an interesting dream." Because it's not like that I didn't think about that before, but interesting how in the dream I was like annoyed and kind of like, "That's not. There's no value in the experience. Just watch this thing that's made." And then so it's like it's all together, whatever the fuck. Yeah. Anyways, I'll write down another extreme if that happens again. But let's see. What's on the agenda? It's on the agendas. All right. So there are a couple of things. Oh yeah, news segment.
There will be no longer
And there's definitely something.
We're keeping the oil. We have the oil. The oil is secure. We left troops behind.
Hey, we saw he died.
Any outlaw regime that has ties to terrorist groups and seeks or possesses weapons of mass destruction is a great danger to the civilized world.
News. So what's up with the news? Well, let's see. What is up with the news? If we're gonna do it like this again. We're gonna do news again. Let's see. One thing I wrote was about Marianne Williamson running. Who you say? Exactly. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that dummy. Not she's not a bitch, but I don't know. She sounds like all these articles about the thing seem like she is, but it's just stupid. Okay, so like there's not gonna be, I mean, I think this might be the year where I was just like, oh, so there is just like one party. There is just one party, really. It's like the important shit, the class shit, like there's not really any difference in the parties. Like we're just gonna keep going to war with all this shit. Oh no. Why is this stopping? Again, why is this thing stopping? Maximum recording time reached. God damn it. Well, what the fuck? No, okay. Yeah, Marianne Williamson, Oprah's ex-guru. Yeah, it's stupid. Who would? I would just, I'm not gonna vote for Trump or anything. What if I did? But no, I'm not gonna vote for any of them. Fuck. It's just so stupid. It doesn't matter. I mean, geez, everything that they fucking said Trump was gonna do, go to war with Russia, fucking, instigate a possible World War III. That shit's going on right now. The fuck? Fucking dumb. Fucking feel dumb thinking that there was like an option in the blue versus red shit. But I guess I never really was invested anyway. But yeah, just can't Can't trust these fucks. Can't trust these fucks at all. And then they say, oh, what if Russia, or China? I'm like, you know what? I don't fucking know. But this shit is not gonna last forever. And that's why I want to shout out the fucking worker strike back party by this city council woman in Seattle called Shama Sawal. That's with a K or something. But yeah, she's really excited about her. It's not even talking about campaign. She's trying to start like a worker-led like movement. And like that's kind of, I feel like that's things gonna make change, where things are important, because the fucking, not like the Democrats or Republicans, but like that railroad strike, the people just trying to get like some days off got cut down by both parties. So it's like they can't even strike. The strike was fucking torn down. That's like just fucking 1920s jungle land shit. I mean, God, it's like a strike is what people need. It's like that's the only thing that's gonna halt shit, by halting the fucking society economy, by fucking with their checkbooks. That's how we can change things better for like workers and shit. And don't know shit about shit, but like definitely think just waiting every 4 years to vote for somebody against somebody you don't like, I don't think that's gonna work. I need to fucking join motherfuckers on the picket lines and fucking shout motherfuckers down and shit. You might see me fucking being dragged out of a fucking book signing by some asshole who said, oh, we're gonna change the establishment, and then, oh, we're gonna vote with Nancy Pelosi and fuck Medicare for all and all that kind of shit. And my bro was just like, stop getting caught up in the fucking, like, in like Marxism and all that shit. It's not that I'm getting caught up in it. It's just more like, I mean, look, it's not even affecting me, but like, you see who it does affect. If it was affecting me, if it wasn't for my parents, like, helping me out, it's like, there's not like any avenue for any people who are like the Skid Rows and the bridge livers under the world in this country even. It's just like, and you see what's going on in fucking France. Now that's pretty cool. France, like they're raising their age, their Medicare age, their retirement age from 62 to 64. Motherfuckers are causing riots, millions of people on the streets for days, letting shit pile up. Fucking Prince of England had to cancel his trip there. That's what we need to do here. Shit. It's like all those Black Lives Matter protests, that's the shit that needs to go on here. It's like, I'm not sure for that reason. It needs to be more like, I'm saying that's part of it, but it's like, I think you're going to get more people united on like an overall thing that's affecting a lot of people, not just something, not that racism is partisan, but just more like, I don't know, you gotta like, the workers and the poor people are getting fucked over, not just, I mean, of course, like races and minorities, but it's like, if you want to get like as many people as you can, start where like it's fucking us over. Like, just, yeah, I don't know, look into it. Workerstrikeback.org. It's pretty interesting. I'm looking into that shit. But let's see. I'm not even screen recording right now. I'm just thinking about screen recording. But yeah. So yeah. What else? Trump indictment. I don't know what the fuck is going on with that shit. It's like, didn't they have the whole Mueller report and shit that was trying to... It's like, they're going to get him for like a misfiled payment to somebody. That's how they're going to try to like Bill Clinton just shit. Like, didn't Bill Clinton get off? I mean, he's not even president, but like they're trying to, I don't even know what they're trying to do. They're trying to get him on some kind of charge so he can't run again. it's just gonna be crazy if he wins again. And I'm not gonna. I don't know if I'll help myself from laughing because it's just fucking. They just want to run fucking the guy who nobody really wanted, but they just thought, oh, it's not Trump, and they had to freaking pretty much lie and suppress the news with the Twitter files are revealing. They had to fucking suppress the truth of that Hunter Biden shit. That would have actually, like, from what I heard or read, like, let's be honest, I watched the video or something, where it's like that shit would have affected like 16% of the polls. Like, fucking this guy's getting Ukrainian energy kickbacks. And so, and they were gonna be like, oh, it's just disinformation. And people are like, this is real. Censored, blocked. Both sides. And even shit about vaccines and, this shit's fucking people up medically. Censor. It's like, it's just crazy this shit's going on right now. It's wild. It's like, and a big thing to look out for that's going on now, like currently now, is this fucking Restrict Act that from people ever saying like it's basically the Patriot Act 2.0, which, everyone's was scared back then of like terrorists, and now people are scared of Russian war, disinformation, trying to pass this thing that's basically just, not that the NSA and everybody are already spying on us, but now this is going to make it like codified into law, even if it's not supposed to happen. That shit's supposed to be like shady shit that only Snowden like leaked out, and then like, oh, we're not doing it, even though they say, and it's going on. But this thing will like basically make it into, they're allowed to just any kind of suspicion look into your shit, censor your shit, take your shit, phone numbers. Just wow, it's just, from what I'm hearing about this shit, it's pretty wild shit. And I don't even know how that shit's being like voted on. Is it being voted on? Are people gonna block it? Is anybody even talking about this? How did I even hear about it? I just hear it on these random like independent news sites. And Jesus, it's like, it's just gonna pass, and like I probably won't feel anything different about it, but like, how is it gonna like block any kind of like criticism of either side? It's like, oh, this guy is criticizing the Democrat, or this guy is criticizing the Republican president, or it's like this guy said, I don't know, just it's just what the fuck they could do with it is pretty freaking wild. So, kind of scary. But I guess most people, I guess, we're living in the status quo. I mean, I'm living in the status quo. Not exactly. I mean, I don't really have a job. Shit. I'm kind of on the outskirts, but there are people more in the outskirts that are just trying to like make things visible to the country, or even just the people who say shit, just exposing people's lies. And then if that can be like hushed or stopped, I mean, you don't even have to like assassinate people these days. You just gotta like shut them up. I mean, like, of course, like the media doesn't like report on shit, so it's like that shit is kind of already going on. But like the fact that you could suppress or arrest people on that shit now, just because they suspect, and fuck, that's wild. Pretty wild. So who knows? I mean, crazy of this Trump thing. Like, it seems like a waste of time. Again, like, how many didn't they try to impeach him, and that didn't work? And it's like, now they just don't want him. They just don't want their blue guy to lose, or they just don't want a red guy that's gonna play ball. Red guy, blue guy is gonna play ball with them, do what they say without exposing like what's going on. Like Trump's just like, yeah, I'm not gonna vote for anybody, but fuck, they just don't want people to vote for him. Pretty wild. And they're saying like, the end of democracy. It's like, and it's pretty crazy, that whole shit about the insurrection. How like so many fucking of the police were walking people around the building, letting them into the building. So it's like, people are saying, oh, the FBI. No, people are asking the FBI, like, how many people were involved? Sorry, can't answer that. What? If you guys knew about this, how did you just stop it? They wanted it to happen. I mean, that's just like me, that's what a lot of people are saying, but it's like, how can you not agree with that? Where it's like, okay, we have like undercover agents, we're just going to let it happen. And then you're going to act like nobody knew. That's, I mean, entrapment, all that kind of shit. I don't know. It's like, what the fuck? It's just, you know, it definitely doesn't look good for him. Maybe that's why they let it happen. It's like, oh, these people are crazy. Not saying that it didn't get out of hand, but if you let something get out of hand, if you let a bomber on a plane and you knew about it, how is the person who let them on not somewhat responsible? It's just crazy. I don't care. I'm saying not that I don't care, but fuck. You want me to care about like pronouns? I don't give a shit. Like, say whatever you want, you know? Call yourself whatever you want. That fucking the Nord Stream pipeline got blown up. It's just wild. A fucking infrastructure of Germany and Russia blown up because we don't want them to have relations with each other because they might be making money, not with America. Fuck. Oh, whatever. Well, we're getting through this. We're getting through the news. Samsung fake moon scandal. People are saying, hey, everything's done with AI. So any photo you take is not really the photo you want, right? Fuck you. You guys made it seem, and I've been like a Samsung son for a while, just because I hate the fucking walled garden, inclusionary kind of, just just the closed ecosystem of Apple. I hated for a long time, which is why I liked Samsung, because just it felt customizable and a lot of things. And now they're trying to copy Apple, so that just pissed me off. It's like you just gotta learn how to code and just, throw in all the fucking shit. Not everyone's gonna do that, but for me, it's like, shit, now these guys are just copying everything. And then this thing about the fake moon, Samsung's fake moon, it said zoom into the moon. It's not the fucking moon that you're zooming. You can't just zoom into a blurry face and then just have an AI put a face. That's not the, like, enhancements with AI, tweaks with lighting and dynamic range to make a photo sharper and shit. That's a world of difference than using AI to be like, I know what the moon would look like, so here's the moon, because that's not. It's just a pic. I mean, people are saying like it's not the Yahweh scandal where you zoom into a ping pong ball, makes it into a moon. Okay, but it's on the same level. It's using pictures that you're not taking to put over the picture you are taking. So it's not like learning, it's fucking replacing. It's not the picture you're taking. And then the whole thing that proved it, that thing that they did, where you take a picture of a blurry moon and then you fixed it, that's not the same thing as fixing a blurry picture. It's knowing what the picture is and then putting another picture that you have there. What if there was somebody on the moon? I want to take a picture of the guy on the moon. And I want to be able to prove it with a Samsung phone. Fuck you, Samsung, you motherfuckers. I believe in you, you motherfuckers. Fresh, 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 fresh. Oh, yeah. This last thing about the news. One last thing about the news. Oh, God. Oh, God. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, jeez. If anybody goes to Colombia, please.
Oh my God.
What is it?
It's Hillary Clinton. She's running.
What?
Why do these guys sound like? Is this like the country of Colombia? Because why do they all have Spanish accents? What?
What? Hillary's running again?
I know, I heard that's so crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy because what the fuck? Why would she run again? She wants to lose again if it's Trump is running? Like, what the fuck? It's crazy. Yeah, I heard that too. Is she fucking stupid? What the fuck? It's so. Oh, okay. What?
Wild, she's running again.
And then even the fucking body double, the one that's supposed to be Clinton. This person has skinny ass legs, and anybody who's seen Hillary Clinton, this fucking old ass lady, fucking legs like a tree, is just fucking.
Here I am.
Hillary, you're running again.
Well, I sure am, Karen. I just got here early for the new class we're teaching together on foreign policy decision making.
Classes don't start until September.
God, she's even stupid in this fucking commercial. They don't start till September. God.
Yeah, but I wanted to be prepared, Karen. You know, when it comes to crisis situations, you've always got to be prepared.
Prepared? I think you're more prepared than anyone to teach this course.
Okay, that ruins her credibility, the Dean of Columbia. I think you're more prepared than anybody. How are you more prepared? How are you more prepared? Oh, God. She lost. She lost. Just go away. Why is she still in the fucking... She had that Hulu show, Gutsy.
Now, what are we going to call it?
They don't know what the name of the class is.
Inside the Situation Room.
Yes. And I'll cover the theory of political decision making and strategy.
Did her family make this commercial? The Dean of Columbia? Did she make the... Did her family make this commercial? Because they all have her accent.
And I'll cover what it was actually like in the room.
Okay, but are you ready for whatever questions the students throw at you?
Bring it on.
Questions they throw at you. Please, anybody who lives in Colombia. Yeah, I have a question. Fuck is wrong with you, bitch? Are you fucking crazy? How many people have you killed? Have you fucking guys killed? Oh. When did you decide to kill Jeffrey Epstein? What was his jet like? What kind of candy did you have on Epstein's fucking plane? You crazy bitch.
Now, if you'll excuse me, Karen, I've got to run.
God. You crazy bitch. I'm talking about Hillary. That's why she lost. Like, everybody's thinking like, oh, everyone who didn't vote for her was fucking... That was as much as an anti-Trump vote than anything. But man, he fucking won that fucking thing just because they hate her so much. Everybody who knows her hates her. Fucking, I'm ashamed to say I didn't know shit back then. I still don't know shit. But back then even, I voted for her fucking just because I thought, oh, what the fuck is this guy? Fucking The Apprentice? It's like, oh, I guess she's blue. It's okay. What the fuck? What the fuck was I thinking? Well, thank God she won. She didn't win. Fuck. What a fucking Jesus Christ. Crazy. Who thought this was funny? Oh, she's running again. Running the class. What a one-note stupid joke. This is probably the most offensive thing. The most offensive. She should have had like a bottle of hot sauce in her fucking purse. Been like, gotta get my lunch. Gotta eat my lunch. I'm trying to punch up this fucking commercial.
Get inside the Situation Room. Come prepared.
Come prepared with a motherfucking question about Jeffrey Epstein's plane. Please. Or what the fuck? Have you bought any slaves in Libya lately? Because that was your fault. Thanks for that. You fucking crazy. Whatever. Hey. Well, we're almost at the end. Last thing to do. Bing, bing, bing. A little bit of a movie review at the end of this thing. So, in case you didn't know. Creed 3. Good movie. What can I say? Good movie. Fwah, 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 fwah. Good movie, Creed 3. And anybody who knows me knows I love movies. And if I haven't said it before in our combos, Creed is so good. Creed is such a good movie. It's just a good movie. Like, I feel like every time I watch Creed, I'm on the verge of crying because it's so fucking sad. I remember I was watching Creed for my sister's birthday, and just the opening scene, I'm like, anyway, I was talking about Creed 3. Now, I hadn't watched Creed 2 because I forgot I even saw it. So, because like when I saw 3, I was like, well, I don't even remember watching 2. I never didn't watch it in the theaters. I think I saw it on Vudu or something, but I was like, it's probably better than 2 just because I don't remember it. I don't know if I watched it, but it's probably better than 2. Even the trailer. Well, I don't know. The trailer for Creed 2 did have that history from Rocky, so like that pairing. I mean, I'll just quickly talk about all 3. Why I think Creed 3 is a good movie. I don't want to call it great. I'd say Creed is a great movie. Creed is a great movie. Fwa, 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 fwa. Fwa, fwa. Quick summary. Creed 1. Creed 1. 1. Creed. So Creed 1 tells you, oh, Apollo Creed's son, Adonis, Donnie. What's going on? He wants to be a boxer like his dad. Quits a good job given by his, I guess you would say stepmom, but it's his mom because his real mom died. He was in juvie. Miss Creed gets him out of juvie, raises him, and fucking becomes a boxer. Diversity, all that shit. Fights for a shot. Gets an undercard fight. Doesn't win, just like in the original Rocky. He doesn't win the fight, but he puts up a fucking good fight. He makes it last the entire 12 rounds. And I don't know shit about boxing, but just like his struggle in the movie. He doesn't want to give up. And in the fight, what you know about Rocky is that if he would have called the fight for fucking Apollo, then Apollo wouldn't have died in the ring. So then he's like, I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut the fight. And then like the last, like one of the last emotional moments of that movie is like, it's like, I'm going to cut the fight. He's like, don't do it. And he's like, he's like, why? And he's like, because I got to prove it. And he's like, prove what? And then he's like, that I'm not a mistake. And then like that beginning of the movie where he's in the detention center as a kid, foster care, just, like what kind of life he's had being in foster care, fighting kids, fighting people, just to like, I'm saying like in the first scene of that movie when Miss Creed like adopts him out of there, like you see him have his fist is like clenched because he's pissed off because he just had a fight with a kid, and the kid said shit about his mom, and so he's pissed, like angry, and he even kind of gets angry at her when she says something about like, oh, you don't, like, who said you didn't have a dad? He's like, well, I don't have a dad. And she's like, that's not true. And he's like, oh, I guess it's not true, because like she knows who his dad is. He finds out. She tells him, and then she's like, I want you to come with me, because like when they're having their conversation, he learns that bam, like she was cheated on by her husband, his dad, and regardless of that, she wants to adopt him because like it's like the right thing to do. It's his son, her husband's son. She didn't even know he existed, and now she's trying to help him out, and he like sees that, and his clenched hand. You see his clenched hand release. Like now he's finally like at ease. Like he can breathe. He doesn't have to start. He doesn't have to fight anymore. But that's when he was a kid, and then cuts to like whatever the career, and then that last scene of the movie. I'm not a mistake, because he's fighting with people just because people are like talking about his dad, and like he feels threatened of like the name, but it's like that feeling of like inadequacy that he like maybe like he was a mistake, and like that's why his life is so hard almost, and he's trying to defend, like, even just existing. Like, I gotta prove that I like this, like my life wasn't like a fuck up. Like I'm not a fuck up, and you can see him, and like he gets through, and then like he finally lands a. I mean, he's been landing punches, but like he like finishes, and like if he said in the thing, it's like he technically won the round, but like if this would have gone longer, like there'd be a new champion in here. And the guy's like, the opponent's like, oh, you're the future of this division. I'm going to jail because anybody ever watched the movie. But he's like, you're the future, yeah. And it's like, yeah, spiritual victory, but like technical loss. But good movie. And quick, Creed 2, awesome history with the Drago, one of Rocky's rivals. He's the one who killed Creed's dad. He has a son who's a boxer, so then they're going to try to do that to him. Oh no, the fucking thing broke again. Okay, last recording on this fucking, oh no, I don't think it's going to last. It's not going to last. In the middle of Creed 2 review. So fast forward, Creed, Drago, Rocky and Creed are together. Creed 2. Drago and his son gonna challenge Creed, and Creed wants to take it because the Drago name, he's the one who killed his dad, so they're like talking shit. So he wants to take the fight. Rocky's like, well, why do you want to fight? And he's just like, well, we gotta take the fight. But like they're just amateur fighters, so he's like, don't give him a shot. Like they're just trying to, like, you need to know why you're doing this. And then so Rocky doesn't want to do it. Rocky doesn't want to do the fight. And then he's like, fuck. And so, he gets fucking his ribs cracked and fucking kidney punctured and shit. I mean, the fights are pretty good in all these movies. But in that one, he's like getting and God, my guts. But, so, like, it's just, I guess the conflict in that is just like, what could have made that movie better was you see that Drago, the son, that when Drago lost against Rocky, because Rocky challenged him after Apollo died, he challenged Drago, and then Drago lost. I guess that's Rocky 4. But anyway, Drago lost, and then Drago's wife left him, and that's kind of like the conflict of the son Drago. It's like we gotta win this, because then that's why she left. That's why she left us. And like son Drago's like, like in the conflict of the movie, you see him like they're like smoozing with like Russian like elites, and it's like, oh, you're gonna win, and like and he's like, fuck these people, like these people weren't there for us. And then Drago, dad, the old guy, is like, we got to do this. If we win, then we'll do it, and we'll be back on top. Not that she'll come back, but it's like, oh, they'll come back. Then everybody will come back. They'll really love us again. And it's just, I don't think they should have like developed Drago more. Because actually, when I talk about the third movie, he's in there to be like the Rocky to his old rival, helping him out to challenge again. But so in this one, at the end of the fight, basically, after he loses, then Rocky helps Creed train for the Drago fight, and then eventually he wins. And like there's a moment when like you see that Drago's losing, and like they're still going on, and then like Drago's mom leaves the crowd, and you see him kind of like break down, like, oh, like what am I doing this for? Like, oh, like, and like that almost made me cry, because I was just like, it must suck for like the son Drago, who's like, trying to do all this thing not only to help his dad, but like almost like to rebuild what he thinks, or what his dad is saying, that like his destroyed life, trying to fix the destroyed life. And then like the person who you're like hanging that hat on, it's like it's misguided the whole time, kind of feels it, but then like when it's validated that like she didn't give a shit about you, and like she'll leave when you're gonna lose again, and then it's like he loses the will to fight, but like he's got to keep fighting because he's fighting for his dad and all that stuff. And then the dad's like sees it and is just kind of like, like, oh, like fuck this, like we're done. And that's like, it's good. It's all right. It wasn't as good as Creed 1. Sorry, Creed 2. But Creed 3, whoa, good movie. Like I'll say it slightly beats out because there wasn't enough character development for Drago for me to like Creed 2 more than Creed 3. And Creed 3, you gotta love it because it's going back to Creed's past when he was like a kid. 1, 2, 3, Creed 3. So that's a little motif for this thing. So Creed had a friend when he was young, but living with the mom, who was like into boxing, and his name was Damien. And then I guess they had like a foster father who like beat them up, and then he passes him after a fight. And but also Damien's like doing like, I don't know if he's selling drugs or something, but like he's doing something like, because he doesn't live in a fucking mansion like fucking Creed, so he lives on the streets. And then fucking Creed beats up this ex foster father of them on the street, and then basically these, I guess his entourage, whoever this guy was with, start like pulling back fucking Creed. They're about to beat him up, and then Damien, because he's his friend, he has a gun and is like, back up, like get away from my friend. And then the police come, and then fucking he has a gun, black guy, going to jail. Damien goes to jail for like 18 years, and it's like, fuck. And like, because he was helping his friend out, but also it's like, and like he was sending him letters, and then I'm saying that character is developed, is good, and that's why I think Creed 3 is better than Creed 2, because I'm saying there's the history between them, they were friends, and now it's like, you just gotta watch the movie. It's a good movie. Like, I don't want to explain the whole plot, but like, he's feeling like he abandoned him. He sent letters to him, and then the mom was the one who hid it from Creed, and then he like, because he's trying to help him out, become like, after he gets out of jail, he's trying to help him out, and then Damien like kind of like manipulates him to help him, and also get a shot, and like kind of like injures this fucking guy, like, almost gets disqualified, but fucks up this one of the fighter that was for Creed. Like in Creed's gym, he fucks him up and basically plays him, but because he was feeling guilty for like having him in jail, because it was kind of Donnie's fault for like getting him into a fight, and then he was there to defend him, and then everything's good for Donnie because he's got the rich family, and he didn't do anything. He didn't bring out a gun, but like Damien did, but he's from that life, and he was in the jail for so long. And so anyway, you gotta watch the movie. It's a good movie. Creed 3, excited to see the fourth, if there's going to be like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like in Rocky. I would like to see Rocky come back, because I feel like that probably would have made it great. I don't know if there's like comparison in the Rocky movies of like a friend who like you shouldn't help. But like the thing is, it's like in that movie, I don't think it's better than Creed 1, because there was like some of the stuff that was some of like the Creed family part. There's a good part with the mom dying, and that was really like tender. But there's like his actual family, like you see the daughter get into a fight at school, and the mom's like, I don't want her to think fighting's the way, and then he's like, well, that's the only way, because obviously he has baggage. And that fucking camera died, so now we gotta fucking go with the phone. So Creed 3, family, the daughter gets in a fight, he has baggage. They don't really show like that resolved. They don't see a resolution to that. Like, it's like, you don't see him show her. You see him like box with her a little bit, but it's not like he's saying like, you gotta like find a reason to fight, or like you can't just fight, like, cause she gets like her paper torn in class, and then she already knows her dad's a boxer, and she probably watches his fights. She says as much, and she fucking, well, bam, just punches this white girl in the face. Okay, huh? But like, can't just go 0 to 60. But obviously, Creed is like, that's what you gotta do in life, because it happened to me when I was a kid. Ugh. He doesn't say that, but he says it later. So I wish there was a little more resolution with the daughter. She's fine. Kind of like, this spoiled bitch. But the character of Damien is really good. He's just like, you kind of want to side with him, kind of, because it's like, he of course, he's past his prime, but he was in his prime when he got arrested, and he got arrested for his friend. So you kind of went on his side. Was kind of on his side, although he was kind of like being dirty and like, playing dirty and manipulating Creed. So like that's like wrong thing. But yeah, good movie. Gotta watch it now. Yeah, good trilogy so far. Good trilogy. But Creed #1. If you're not gonna watch any of the other ones, watch the first Creed because that's a good ass movie. Makes me want to cry sometimes. But yeah, that's my Creed 3's review. That's my Creed review. And I was going to try to take my shirt off and be like, this is greed. Get the joke. But yeah, it's good enough. So I went a little past an hour this time. Might be edited up. Hopefully it's okay. So later. Yeah. I'm just trying to see if we did this right. Hopefully less than a month and a half before my next episode. Antimatters out. Bing, bing, bing.